president rates Buhari worst in corruption. But I think a lot of people said what Obasanjo is saying now. And I've always said, do you expect any federal government to come out and say, yes, you are correct, it's never going to happen. But there are lots of people who also had this view under the Buhari administration. And there are those that would have similar view even under this Tinubu administration. You are always going to have these views. It's the beauty of democracy. We'll take a commercial. When we come back, we'll take a few more headlines and then we go over to the phone lines. Good morning. Stay with us.
Stay with
right, good morning. We'll take some more headlines here on Nigeria Info. Well, quickly, information I got that I should quickly share with you came in this morning from the Commissioner for Information. Is with regards to the commissioning. If you had followed, the Rivers State government was concluding its commissioning exercise, and today was supposed to be the last day. We're supposed to go to Bayelsa State. The law school in Bayelsa State was supposed to be the project that would have been commissioned today. Unfortunately, there's a change in the date, and a statement that was released by the state government, I think it just came to me from the Commissioner for Information, and it's saying that a commissioning which was supposed to happen today, March 14, has been postponed. A new date has not been announced. I'm pretty sure the government would make an announcement as soon as possible, but the government is apologizing, especially for those who must have prepared themselves to attend the event today. Apologies, but don't worry. I'm sure when they put out a new date, everybody would hear about it. So for those of us that have been preparing and are ready to march to Bayelsa, sorry, that commissioning exercise today at the River State Law School in Bayelsa State has been suspended until further notice. All right. So, yeah, that will simply mean that the commissioning for now ended yesterday until a new date is announced by the government on when they would be going to Bayelsa State, and then we would follow up from there and let you know. Now, that said, let's take some more headlines on the Punch newspaper before we open the phone lines. Federal government, foreign airlines begin talks over rising fares. Suspension embattled Natasha files fresh suit as Senate backs Akpabio. All of those headlines are on the Punch newspaper. 2027 PDP governors Obi and NPP mole alliance to stop Tinubu. All of these are headlines that you will find in the Punch newspaper, so you can look at it and let us know what your thoughts are. Meanwhile, if you missed the headlines from the news, it's a lot. One of them, Governor Fubara calling for peace in the state, and if you looked at the headlines on the Vanguard, the governor has also written another letter to the assembly for the presentation of the budget. So we'll wait and see what the assembly would respond and what they would say to this one. The numbers to call are 0817 923 0007, 0817 923 0003. You can call again 0817 923 0007 or 0817 923 0003. Remember to download the Nigeria Info FM app. Now, this is a very beautiful. The reason is because you are not limited by past strength or I don't have an earpiece. No, you don't need any of those. All you need to do is go on the Play Store. If you are using an Android phone, download the Nigeria Info FM app. On the app, search for Nigeria Info PH. All right. And once that's it. Unlimited access to all of our contents here. And the beautiful thing is you can carry us in your pocket and go anywhere in the world, and you would still be able to access great contents from Nigeria Info FM. So download the app. If you are using an iPhone, then you go to the iOS store. We also have the app there on the iOS store. You can download and listen anytime. But if you are one of those people who would love to not just listen, but you also want to watch our contents, then go on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, it is at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Now, you can watch and listen to us live. The show is on at the moment, live streaming on Facebook. So go like the page, join the live stream, ensure that you keep your comments as short and precise as possible. And very important, don't forget to click on the share button. On YouTube, it is Nigeria Info PH. Go there, subscribe to the channel, and comment. Let us know what your thoughts are with regards to some of the political and developmental policies of government in the country, and particularly in Rivers State. Okay, that said, I'll go to the phone lines now. Ida is already waiting. He's calling from Nkoro. Ida, good morning. Please, let's remember to keep it short and simple and be very simple with your contribution. Good morning.
I'll do that because my governor advised me to maintain peace. I'll keep it short. I want to thank the governor of Rivers State for his statement that we should maintain peace. With this crisis, the governor is still working. Want to go to generals is just like a long gun. Want to go to fire service. That's why this crisis, governor is still giving us project commissioning. I want to thank him. I want to thank the INEC for releasing the voters register so that August 9, local government election will be held. And I'm pleading with everybody, the ANC, ABGA, all the political parties to please come out to contest. I will know who is who for Rivers State. So that if we win, you carry go. I want to plead with the governor of Rivers State to please come to Nkoro Kingdom and give us projects. People of Nkoro and yearning for his project. So also put canopy, dress, singing, so I want to welcome him and tell him thank you and tell him me a go. Thank you very much. God bless you. From Nkoro.
All right, let's go to Uche Ken from Ichie now. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
All right, morning to you.
Yes, let me look at Governor Fubara calls for peace of resolution in Rivers State. I think it is high time we remind the governor that everybody is not his supporter who claps for his antics. How do I say so? The governor is not calling for peace resolution if you ask me, and I have my reasons. Now, he is busy telling us that he wants to implement the Supreme Court judgment by representing the budget. Now, I want to ask him, is it only the budget representation that is in the Supreme Court judgment or ruling? The answer is no, for heaven's sake. The Supreme Court has told us that any action taken by Oko Jumbo and two others remain invalid or null and void. And in that, you will agree with me that the commissioner screened by them does not exist in the eyes of the law. Now, the governor allegedly has asked them to go to court instead of to resign. Enebeli has been invited before the house. Enebeli has run to court, passing through the back door to conduct fresh election without coming to give account of the one that has been conducted before. At this point, who is fooling who? Mr. Governor, sir, who must go for equity must go with a clean hand. If you must preach for peace, please let the peace be totally. Finally, the former commissioner for works, Dr. Briggs, gives FCT minister 48 hours to apologize for Ijaw people. I want to say, he should save himself the energy of the threat or the ultimatum. Rather, he should go to court if he believes that what the FCT minister has said was not correct. And for the area he said that the governor was the first person to tread on the eight-part resolution by the president. He is not correct. Andrew, we are following you up in your program. The first people to come back to act on that was Assembly. By taking note the impeachment processes, I believe I am correct. So if we are calling for peace, it should be...
All right, let's go to Temple, who is also in a chair. Good morning, Temple.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifemi, and radio this morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so looking at the revelation made by El-Rufai, I think for me it's inconsequential, buying ministerial appointment or not. But as far as I'm concerned, and the little I know about politics and what it should be, when you have paid your dues, it's expected that you eat from that, dues you have paid at the same time. So the paying or not paying, for me, it doesn't make sense at this point. But Barrister Oguche has said something, Richard has said something, Olalika Igos and Barrister Chimene Nwodi, they have all spoken. But Barrister Chimene Nwodi made some statement this morning that he that must go to equity must go with clean hands. And that is where they say that they are trying to investigate the alleged forgery. These same people are these members who also went to court to lie on oath. What are the consequences of lying on oath? Forging an affidavit and withdrawing that same affidavit, is it not a criminal offense? What does the law say about that? Are they not supposed to also be investigated and then action before they pay them as well? Because as he said he that must go to equity, must go with clear hands. Are they going to equity with a charcoal hand? We should tell ourselves the truth. And for my governor, he has really stated that he's going to implement. He has written to them back again. It's left for them to do the needful and start playing galleries of
Good evening, Andrew. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. Let me look at where group is telling the governor, President Tinubu, that if Governor Sim is impeached, that they will shock him. Well, for me, I know very well that Governor Sim cannot be impeached, and he will never be impeached. But the only advice I want to sound this morning to Governor Sim Fubara is that he should look onto his legal team, because his legal team are those who are supposed to direct him when there is court pronouncement. A lot of advices has been going to other him to take the court decision and ensure that those decisions made by the court are implemented. But you can be surprised that it is those his supporters that are making him look as if he's frustrated when court statements are made. As a government, you have plan A, plan B, and plan C. If this judgment goes and it does not favor me, what do I do next? Those should be their thinking. Not when something happens, instead of you to think to us what to do, you go and misinterpret court judgment. And we have been saying that let the House of Assembly led by Martins Amewule hold on their actions until Supreme Court give their verdict. Now, Supreme Court has given their verdict. What is the problem for the governor to implement that? That was why I got angry the other day. Now, you know that this judgment might favor you and it might not favor you. What do you do when it does not favor you? And not to delay, which is causing, you can see now that workers in Rivers State has not been paid as regards to this budget that has not been released.
All right, Lieutenant Barry, thank you very much. The point made.
Your front and look at your back.
All right, thank you very much. God's Power is in a chair. Good morning, God's Power.
Good morning, Seni Andrew.
You're welcome.
Yes, I heard people going back to interpret what Supreme Court has said, whether they go with clean hand or no. Although it's not my portion. What I'm saying is that all this going back and front will not help the River State. There are groups, the praise singers, they may sing you out. So our governor should be careful and know who we will listen to. Supreme Court has given their verdict. He has to start to implement all of them to the letter. It's not only one. All them, what they said, including the commissioners that are operating. As Supreme Court said, since they were not screened by the appropriate House Assembly, they should not exist as commissioners. He should do those things and resign and reappoint new commissioners. Those names can come up again. They should go screen them or the new person so that you can move state forward. Don't be listening to back door. Listen to people of positive thinking. So
all right.
We'll be in a very good place.
All right, let's go to Isaiah and Buguma. Good morning, Isaiah.
Yes, Andrew, good morning. For once again, I want to join the governor to, in fact, if it takes going on my knees to ask the Speaker and the honorable members being legitimized by the Supreme Court, we now recognize them as the authentic and legitimate lawmakers of the state. Please, they should comply and listen to the governor for the interest of the state. You can see the man is still emphasizing on how peace should be the watchword. Please, I am begging, listen to him for the overall interest of the state. I had to look at one of your headlines that the Egbesu people are also making some emphasis. I think that emphasis is just on sea ground. Let there be peace. Because if you know the past of these people and what they stand to do, if the opposite happens, I think it will not be all go well for the state. That is why we are praying. Let there be peace so that we can still come back 2027 and still ventilate your political ambition before the people. And people may still want some of these people to come back. I don't know why we must die for today when there is still tomorrow. The Bible even said There is year after. This is all about today. There is year after.
All right, Isaiah, thank you very much.
About today.
Although you seem to forget Nigerian politics. Nigerian politicians and the politics of this country, if you followed the antecedents, if we allow you work well and you deliver good projects and everything goes smoothly and the people like you, we might not have a chance to run against you 2020 in the next election because the people like in how they go. Lagos is getting would not like we need it. And it doesn't look like we are going to change it. There's a stance. There are people that also do not want the president to succeed. Oh, perhaps it is because the president might have also played the same kind of politics against other people. So what goes around will come around. That's the truth. And that is the style of politics that we play in this country. And it makes it difficult for anything to work. Shikina, Abinoye in Aboa, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
You're welcome.
Yes. I'm afraid if we are being with a group will allow, the execution of the Supreme Court judgment. Because the governor that has all the instruments to create war is preaching peace. And now Amewule is either instructing DSS to arrest the chief judge, to arrest for us to settle. It's not whether the letter is not properly written, it's not properly given backdoor, and all of those excuses. Yes, there must be some allowance for compromise. One thing, that if you want to initiate war, I want to advise us that war does not determine who is right or wrong. It determines who is left, who will remain. Let peace reign in River State. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have two more calls now before we wrap up, so let's try to keep it short. Chima Rimokuta, will start with you quickly, please.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Yes.
Yeah, the governor's rhetoric about peace in River State, I want to make him understand that from the chronology of this matter, we have always talked about peace. And it has always been for the interest of River people. Even when he was trying to push the assemblies out of assembly, it was for the interest of River people. So even when he stopped paying them their salary, it was for the interest of River people. So even now, too, it is for the interest of River people. Because we're talking about justice. We're talking about, what they're calling it, rule of law. Now, when it comes into the issue of the CJ, they say he is coming to justice with an open hand. What about the one that's inside the justice already? So if there's any falsification of age, trying to antagonize it to be emotion or whatever, then the ones that are spewing fire now that are claiming to be the brothers of the governor, to me, what they have been saying is a lapoon. I want to send a message to them that Chimadi Mokuta said that the governor of River State, as long as I am concerned, that has faulted the constitution of Nigeria and people of River State, that he will be impeached. It is not two ways about it. Even the governor knows that anyone from now he will be impeached from that office that he is because
all right, Chima.
The mandate, and we will take the
Thank you very much. Let's quickly go to Gift. Let's go to Gift now in Genegua. We don't have time. We're wrapping up shortly. Gift, good morning. Please, straight to the point.
Good morning, Ifeoma Andrew. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me start with the Besu people, my brothers. Let me tell them, my community is the headquarters of the Besu itself. Know them, say, that is where Tom Polo visits, and that is where he gets his powers. So if they think they will threaten people like us who message them that you will shock him, what kind of society are we? Why are you spoiling the name of Ejo? Ejo people, this deity in my community, only go out to fight for justice, not for people who are not obeying the law. It's the governor doing the right thing. A governor that sees funds like that. I don't know where this whole thing is coming from. As far as I'm concerned,
all right, Gift.
I'm telling them that it will not see the light of the day.
All right, thank you. And just to say, we do not know where the governor filled form for local government chairman. Those are not. Anyway, that said, let's quickly also now go to Facebook and take some of the comments on Facebook. And something hilarious he said the Besu comes out for justice and not for rule of law. And in my head, I'm like, do these gods know about laws and constitution? I don't know too much about those things, but do they work with laws and constitution? That will be another conversation for another time, perhaps. But messages on Facebook, we'll see how many we can take. Meanwhile, on WhatsApp, we have several of them coming in already. This one says, good morning, please let peace reign in Rivers State. Wike should leave the governor alone. Or Dinaka says the State House of Assembly should stop heating up the political situation in the state, as the plot to remove the state chief judge will not work. Wike or Dinaka, that's from you. Ezekiel Isaiah says political sins are never forgiven. This is why people say politics is a dirty game. On Facebook, Lorenzo Delight, what are you saying? Says, so long as Senate cabals are backing Akpabio, everything Ashasha is doing won't hold water. We need peace in Rivers State. Gifting Srim says, assuming without considering the chief judge falsified his age, the Minister of FCT and Speaker of the House, what about their own age? They should also be arrested. Good morning.
Nigeria Info. Right back after this.